Okay, really sorry about that, guys. I was recording a video earlier, so it was hooked up onto my fucking. It was not hooked up to the computer. Just fucking mess. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Why the fuck is the chat fucked again? Are you kidding me with this? I didn't even do anything with the chat this time. I fucking hate this place. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're good. We're back. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Someone give me the new setup looks cool. Thank you, DSV. I'm curious though. Okay. At the risk of fucking all of this again, and I'm probably gonna have to. Okay, you know what? Wait. I have so much stuff to read, play, and watch. I agree, Ramiro. There's not enough time. That's why you gotta pick. You gotta pick your peaks, man. You gotta pick what you're reading, pick what you're doing. Okay. Curious. So you know the background that you guys see on the right, on the left side behind, or around rather, the actual book and the videos and now stuff. I'm wondering, do you guys want me to get rid of that background and then just expand the image of my screen capture that you guys are seeing, so that way both the photos and the video and the book can be a little bit bigger? Or do you guys like having the background for like Lord of the Mystery stuff behind it? What do you guys think? That's the question. Because like I can get rid of the image and then like expand all this stuff. I don't have to necessarily, but curious what you, especially now that I've shrunk down the size of the book that you can see like considerably. Just a question. Okay. I'm fine with anything. Just keep the true creator. Yeah. Since I was going to have my photo and the chat there anyway, I was going to keep some image there. So the fucking pick better pictures at the very least. Bullseye, you don't gotta roast me like that, bro. If you have a... Well, I'm so limited right now with the photos I can pick because, well, everything is fucking spoiler apparently. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? So, like, once I have more photos available to me, I definitely will. I just, I don't know what to pick right now because I'm getting fucked here. Every time I pick a photo, you're all like, no, that spoiler is not that one. I'm like, okay, well, fuck me, dude. I don't know what to pick. The true creator Ramiro is very big on, so I think if I took that off, there'd be a fucking riot. Try the one I sent a bit ago. Milos, if I'm changing the image, I need to, because that's like a photoshopped image to me. Like it's not gonna. That like I can't just I can take the image off and expand the thing really quickly. I can't just change the photo. Changing the photo, if I was gonna do that, is gonna take some take some time. So yeah, let me know if y'all want me to do that. I'm happy to. Just it's gonna take some time. Read until it's not spoiler anymore. DSV, you know, this is why everyone likes the French, man. You're so fucking smart. Holy shit, hadn't fucking thought of that. Brilliant. All right, give me a second. I'm just gonna grab a sweater real quick. It's a little cold in my room, and then we'll get going. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. There we go. Okay, so hopefully for now the setup is one, looks okay. Two, hopefully the fireworks are just a nice little touch. And the cat. I don't have an actual cat, so you know what? A visual cat will have to do. Or virtual cat, rather. Visual. What the fuck? And three, keeps me out of fucking copyright claims, okay? That's probably the biggest one, but really, they're all important. I learned everything from 200 IQ Klein. Really? I thought that snark just came with you being born a fucking Frenchman. I don't know. What's up, Sound? How you doing, man? How do you like the new setup? Okay. Maybe what we'll try is maybe what I'll do is I'll set up on the next stream, like tomorrow's stream, the way I was thinking, like removing the background and just making this bigger. And then when you guys can see it tomorrow, you guys can decide what you like better. If not, we can always go back to this one. I'll just set it as a C, or maybe I can do something really quickly. Hold on. No, I can't, because that would fuck it all up. No, I can't. No, never mind. I can't. That would fuck it up. Okay. All right. We'll get started on 183. A lesson on mediumship. Try the one wait, sorry, which one did you send me, Losh? Hold on. Which image? Are you talking about the Ford's one? Oh no, sorry, this one, I see. The street one, I see. Okay. Okay. Hold on. So now, okay, here's, from now on, I'm not get into chat lore. Okay. Okay, let's read. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Add, let's do image 3. Yeah, fuck it. Oh, what the fuck did I name this? Oh, shit. Fucking hold on. Ooh, maybe I got, okay. Okay. Would you guys like this secondary image just overlaid on top of this one? Or do you want me to get rid of Lo-Fi Girl and just go pure images? What are we thinking? Need to focus more on the chapters. Yes. What are we thinking? Do we like just Klein and Klein, or do we like Klein and Lo-Fi Girl? What's the consensus here? I'm gonna put it over Klein just so I can start changing the size of this bitch for a second. So we can do that. Let me just, what are we thinking? I like Lo-Fi Girl. I agree, DSV. I too like the Lo-Fi Girl. It's just nice little movement, little bits of movement there. Otherwise it's too stagnant, I feel like. If the rest disagree, then we can do that. Klein x Klein. Feels like I'm cheating on Lord of the Mysteries. Okay. Okay, it's fine. Still too still without me. Okay, so we'll keep Klein, and then at any point, if y'all want, we can change images really quickly. Okay, whenever y'all want. I sent another animated GIF in Discord. Okay. All right, listen, we're supposed to start at 10:30. Okay. Oh, Lord of the Mysteries theme. Oh, that is actually very cool. Hold on. Oh, we might do this. Hold the fuck. Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. This is so good. Wait, fuck. How do I... Oh, fuck. Do you have the link for this? Because how do I... Because it's going to save the image, but it won't save the GIF. No. Tired, it seems. Wait. Wait, if I save image as, will it just save the image or will it save the GIF? I'm curious. Oh, no, it might save it as. Okay, hold on. Hodl. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm gonna crash my stream because I just keep adding more and more shit without fucking without removing anything, and it's like it's having to process all that shit in the back. Fuck. Okay. Dude. Hold the fucking phone. Hold the fucking phone. Okay, I think this looks good. Hold the fucking phone. I think this looks pretty good. Okay, we have to start reading soon, okay? This is getting ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna cancel that. Okay, thank God. Get that put away. Okay, now. Okay, seriously, I'm reading now. Okay? We're reading now. Okay, this is ridiculous. But hold the fucking phone, dude. Holy shit, Sound, you're my fucking goat, dude. That looks so good. What? Okay, that's good. Really good. Okay. After dinner, Klein engaged in small talk before reclining on the sofa. He picked up the recently delivered Our Evening News and started leisurely reading. So I have a question to ask, but I'll ask it later because I've delayed for so long. Hold on. Benson wore a bitter expression as he sat opposite his sister. In front of him was the dining table, which had been wiped clean by Bella. On it was grammar books, classic literature, accountancy notes, and other materials. In front of Melissa were her notes and stationery, including but not limited to pens, papers, rulers, compasses, etc. 12,000 pictures. Fucking Christ, Romero. Delete them. My God. It's like I've been taken some 10 years back. Back then I was still a student at the church's Sunday school, Benson complained. But he continued to study with his head down. That's not too bad. This scene makes me feel the achievement of being a parent, Klein smiled and said. Knowledge can change one's destiny, and diligence will result in glory. I made up the latter half of that saying. I wonder if Roselle has said that before, he lampooned in his heart. Lord of the Mysteries is 20, Anime Girl is at 30. The room quickly became quiet except the sound of pens scratching across pages or of books being flipped. Bella had quickly finished doing the dishes and tidied up the kitchen before returning to her room on the first floor. A small room that was formerly the guest room. Wait, is this a live... Can someone confirm this? Is this a live-in maid? Like, does Bella just stay here now all the time? Or is she just here during the day, she leaves at night, and then, like, is it just a day job? Or is she a live-in maid? Klein sipped on his side black tea as he read the newspaper, occasionally engaging in small talk with his siblings. It was quite relaxing. Suddenly, the gas lamps in the living room and dining room turned dark at the same time, as if they had run out of fuel. Benson and Melissa looked up towards the lamps in an attempt to figure out the cause. Klein also looked towards the lamps. At this moment, he felt something touch his arm. He was the only living person in the living room, but something had touched his arm. His hair stood on end. Klein, is this, the letter back? Is this like something back from Azek, maybe? Or did Madame Daly reach back out to him? Klein retracted his arm and looked over and tried to look over. He saw 5 thin, pale fingers growing on the tip of a tongue. Underneath them was an irregular row of sharp teeth. Klein instinctually reached for his pockets. Within them were the requiem charms and slumber charms, but he caught a glimpse of the neatly folded piece of paper in the finger's grasp. A letter. A messenger. Klein heaved a sigh of relief. At that moment, that 5 pale fingers prodded his arm again. Klein saw Melissa about to stand up and check the gas lamps. He reached out with his left hand and grabbed the letter. Then he quickly retracted his arm and hid the letter under the stack of newspapers on the table. He then saw the fingers, tongue, and irregular row of sharp teeth fade away and disappear from the corner of his eyes. Without a thought, Klein tapped his left molar and silently activated his spirit vision. He once again saw the 5 abnormally thin fingers. He saw the long red tongue adorned with sharp white teeth. He saw them retracting back into the transparent face on the ground. That does look quite good. Oh wait, I'm realizing I have to be more mindful because I read all the way down and you guys can't see all the way down anymore. Fuck. A second later, the face disappeared completely. The lights in the living room and the dining room were restored back to normal. Strange, Melissa pouted, finding no faults with the lamps even after a serious check. Why is the lady in her house responsible for such things while the men watched from the side? Klein shook his head and deactivated his spirit vision. When spirits were willing to be seen and had the corresponding abilities, even an ordinary person could spot them. What happened just now was an example. After discussing the problem with the gas lamps, the Moretti siblings became quiet again. Benson and Melissa once again delved into the oceans of knowledge. Klein used the newspaper as a cover and unfolded the letter with one hand. He placed the paper between the newspapers and started reading the reply from Spirit Guide Daily. I have to emphasize again, I prefer the title Spirit Medium. I'm going to give you a positive response regarding what you said. Yes, mediumships can also be used on living beings, not just living humans, but this is troublesome and poses some level of danger. The souls left behind by the dead are pure. They have few impurities or chaotic thoughts. We can communicate with them, asking them questions and receiving answers without barriers. Of course, you can use the method of dream divination to directly receive images from them, but that cannot be replicated with living humans. The subject still has a will and would fight against unprotected communication between souls. By the way, Ramiro, what did we end up deciding on? 200 or 203 or what was it? I need to delve into oceans of chemistry knowledge. Klein's lips twitched when he read the letter. He confirmed that it was Daly herself who wrote this letter. Unprotected communication. That really is the way she speaks. Klein returned to the letter after taking a quick glance at his siblings. 200, the whole experience? Okay, dope. So then, yeah, I'll just read to 187 tonight, and then I'll do 12 chapters tomorrow, and then a couple of days off, and then we'll hammer back out 14 chapters. Fuck it. On Tuesday. Did I misread something, Bullseye, or are you just making a joke? Yeah, no. I think I get that part. I was confused if I misread something. We only have two methods when faced with such a situation. First, we can use our powerful spirituality and sophisticated mediumship trials to triumph over the will of the other person, engaging in a barbaric method of communication. Second, we can use medication to make the other party relax. What I use the most are Amantha Essence and the Eye of the Spirit medication. I'm sure you still have a lingering impressions of those. Oh, because she used those on him, I see. Hold on. Sorry, I don't have my phone on me, and I get heart palpitations when I don't. I am a true Gen Zer, okay? Medications to relax, drug them. One and the same, you know. Don't read so much. Don't read so much into it, Ramiro. What is this? A courtroom? Don't worry about it. After reaching the stage of channeling the soul, you must take note that you're also in a spiritual state. Unlike when you're communicating with the souls left behind by the dead, in simpler terms, your spirituality is entering the spiritual world of the other party. Take note. A professional spirit medium wouldn't lack the means of protecting themselves in such a state, but you can't do that. You would not be able to learn or use the techniques I know of, even if I explained them to you. I'm a legal judge on the server, not on my server, bitch. On Easy's, yeah, sure. So you have to maintain a certain level of lucidity and rational thought. Only through this method can you fight back against the torrents of the other person's random and chaotic thoughts before arriving at their spirit and establishing communication. At this point, you'll be communicating at the level of the body and the heart and mind. At this stage, you have two options. One is to use a technique to forcibly read the memories of the other party, but you have to be very careful, for you cannot be sure if the things you are reading are the things you want to know. What, Ramiro? We haven't had any trials here. We've never had the need for it, okay? And I hope we never do. If we have to, we're going to figure out who's the judge. We'll do it at that point. I don't know. It might be you. I don't know. It might be someone else. I might just do it myself. Fuck it. I don't know. It'll just depend. So, you know what? You have to... If you indiscriminately receive a large amount of memories from a person, it's very likely that your soul would collapse. What the fuck? Furthermore, it will cause severe damage to your target's soul, sometimes even destroying them completely. Unless you're a professional spirit medium, I don't suggest using this method. The second option is to gently communicate with the other party's body of heart and mind. No matter how you entered, whether it be through violence or medication, the target will definitely be in a groggy state. They would generally not be able to lie, but you couldn't just... No, you can't recall what happened to you, although I know you've definitely forgotten about it. Wait, hold on a second. Sorry, Madam Daly, I was very awake back then, Klein chortled inwardly as he lowered his gaze and read the rest of the letter. He can't because trails have sensitive information? Well, she's sort of, she has, let's call it diplomatic immunity, because she's not on the Discord, so you can never try her. Plus, she's my favorite, so, you know what, it's fine. Such communication can allow you to obtain real answers, but they won't necessarily be all the truth. You should understand what I mean. As long as you read the news, you must have read Emperor Rizal's famous quote. I don't remember the actual quote, but the essence of the quote is that one shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. This motherfucker's just taking everything, bro. In short, a spirit might not remember everything because a lot of memories are in one's subconscious. No, if much more realistic. I love Milos because I love Milos because I make a lot of fun of him, and like he takes it in good spirits. So like I have to applaud that. But Dr. Z is my favorite because she was the first person who ever joined my stream. Again, like you have to remember, you have to remember, like I did this as like a one-time trial thing because my logic was like, oh, I was gonna read this anyway, so might as well just stream it. I didn't expect anyone to ever join. I expected I was gonna do like 2 streams, no one was ever gonna join, and I was gonna stop doing it. But Dr. Z joined, and we talked, and it was like, and she was the reason I did another stream, and then another, and then all of you guys came along, and I'm so happy to have all of you guys. But like none of that would exist if she didn't pop by for the first stream. So like she's is Discord banned in? I think fucking everything is banned in Iran, dude. Even for YouTube, she has to use a fucking VPN to get here. Like what a fucking mess. That's why, despite the fact that she has given more spoiler-y stuff than everyone else combined, I don't ever say anything to her, because she's so like, what was I gonna like? she's the only reason I'm doing this. I can't be pissed that she's telling me about shit, or like telling me about was it the detective? No, the lawyer pathway or whatever the fuck, right? Like I can't be mad at her. It's like whatever. You're the art guy. You're definitely the art guy. My favorite thing ever was that fucking meme you said, where it was like, check the art channel. Yes, Milos. That was my favorite fucking meme ever, dude. That was hilarious. I'm always the one. No, I don't hate you at all, Romero. I mean, like, the other peeps might that you lay down the rules with. I don't hate you at all, but yeah, Dr. Z is just my favorite for that reason, because she's the only reason I'm doing this. She's the only reason I'm at damn near fucking chapter 200 and talking about doing a 14 chapter stream for you guys on Tuesday. Like, none of that would have happened if she didn't pop by for the first stream. Where the fuck was I? As long as you... Yes. In short, a spirit might not remember everything because a lot of memories are in one's subconscious or collectively in the subconscious. I shouldn't mention that. Dunn calls it evil theories of the psychology alchemists. Thus, you must be able to guide the soul and be good at designing your questions. Do you understand? The corresponding techniques include... These are all under normal circumstances. Oh, hey, thanks for popping by, Ark. How you doing? These are all under normal circumstances. What should we pay attention to when we're trying to communicate with the soul of a beyonder who's gone insane? It's the same. Maintaining your lucidity, you must not fall into a daze at all. This is because beyonder spirituality is very potent, and their spirit is filled with chaotic thoughts. Let me give you an example. An ordinary person's conscience is like an island, and subconscious is the portion of the sea beneath the island. The collective subconscious is the surrounding sea, and the sky belongs to the spirit world. As for a beyonder, his island might be a controllable active volcano. A lunatic's island might have a volcano that can erupt at any time. It would quake the foundations and pollute the sea. When you come into unprotected contact with the spirit of an insane person, I'm sorry, I'm a fucking child. His chaotic thoughts might affect you, just like how polluted water in the sea might flow outward, spreading further. Yes, channeling his spirit under such circumstances is like linking your sea to his. Thus, you need to pay close attention to this pollution. Okay. I'm just gonna... Okay, dope. Yeah, fuck all that. Who's gonna... No, I fucked it so hard. No, what did I do? Wait, where did I close it? What is happening? Oh, I fucking swapped it. I'm fucking stupid. For the mind, yes. Do you understand the sea of collective conscience being? Hold on, sorry. You guys are putting so much emphasis on this. Let me read this one more time. Hold on. Hold the fucking phone. The collective subconscious? So wait, in this universe there's like everyone's so their subconscious. Wait, the subconscious is a part of... What the fuck does it mean, the collective subconscious? Wouldn't everyone else's subconscious be under their island, so to speak? What does that mean? That doesn't track, though. Because if my subconscious is under my island, or the sea under my island, that should be the case for everyone, and then there's no surrounding sea at all. What's the... What? No, there it is. I do not understand. It's everyone's sea, but everyone has personal islands? Hold on. Time to get the fucking paint out. You know how every person has a collective sphere and what? The collective subconscious is the ocean. Everyone has their own islands in it. Okay, so let me try to put this out visually. You guys let me know if I have it right, okay? So, big, blue, vast ocean. Okay, this is not blue, but you get the fucking point, okay? Island, 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 fucking island, okay? His subconscious, his subconscious, his subconscious, his, and hers, okay? So then this bullshit is like the parts of your subconscious that's seeping out into the world? Is that like a good understanding of it? Like as in how they always talk about, oh, for fuck's sakes. Hold on. I just realized this. Okay, so hold on. Okay, this should be up here. Can't see. I'm fucking stupid. Okay, sorry. Okay, so the balls up here are everyone's islands. This down shit here is the fucking islands. This is everyone's subconscious. So this stuff here is like your subconscious that's leaking out, so to speak. So yeah, sorry guys, I got there eventually. So like how Klein always talks about, like, when he takes a new potion or whatever, like his spirituality is seeping out. It's kind of like that happening for like regular people all the time, because we can't sense our spirituality or our subconscious. So it's kind of leaking out, and that creates the vast ocean. Is that like a good understanding of it? Sorry. Yeah, leaking out and mixing with everyone. Okay. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. All right. Thank you. Okay, dope. Everyone's mind is an island on the sea, but the subconscious is the part below the sea. The collective subconscious is the sea. The spirit world is the sky. Yep, okay. Makes sense. All right. Thank you, guys. Sorry about the whole fucking art thing. I'm going to get used to it, okay? Mental illnesses is like a spreadable disease. Okay, Ramiro, you're starting to sound like those conservatives, man. Sorry, I can't help but make those jokes. I'm a child. Okay. When you come into unprotected contact with the spirit of an insane person, his chaotic thoughts might affect you, just like how polluted water in the sea could flow outward, spreading further. Conservative Ramiro canon? Oh, yeah. A few examples are when a spirit medium is careless and when doing similar things and didn't use any protection. After that, they can develop mental problems similar to that of a target. Ramiro, insta removal of mod powers. Delete the... I'm just kidding. Under normal circumstances, mental diseases are not contagious, but in the domain of mysticism, in the world of channeling spirits, they indeed can be contagious. Maintaining your lucidity and not being affected by the chaotic thoughts of the target are things that you must pay attention to. Following those must be the guided questions, which can be used to effectively communicate with an insane person. If you wish to try this, I suggest applying a sedative agent to do so. Before doing so, the corresponding formula is available behind the Tingent City Chanis Gate. There's also the formulated product. It can be effective in helping you maintain rational thought during the process. Of course, you can also get Dunn to apply for help, and from the Backland Diocese, I'm very willing to see the spirituality state of an insane Sequence 7 psychiatrist. Dude, I'm not kidding. I'm so happy to have a couple of days off after tomorrow's stream, because my throat has been killing me. Oh my god. Lucidity and rational thought. That's my expertise. I maintained lucidity and rational thought even when my soul was being channeled. Of course, I'm not someone who lets confidence get to my head. I'll still apply for the sedative agent, Amantha extract, and the Eye of the Spirit medication. Klein heaved a sigh of relief, a little eager to make the attempt. He put down his newspaper and stood up. He then entered the bathroom and ignited the letter with his spirituality before tossing the ashes into the toilet bowl and flushing them. Surprise, motherfuckers, I'm back. Remembered I had a phone. Hey, Milosh. Thanks. Is your laptop still just giving you an absolute fucking nightmare, Milosh? He put down his newspaper and stood up. He then entered the bathroom and ignited the letter with his... nope, already read that. That night, Klein once again tried the ritual for summoning himself and brought the flaring sun charm back to the physical world into his room. He also didn't receive Mr. Isaac's letter, even though he had expected a swift reply. Perhaps he needed some time to recall the knowledge, or perhaps he's not free to give a reply right now. Or maybe he's worried that he would interrupt my sleep. Klein dispelled the wall of spirituality as he speculated. He made his way to bed. The following day, Tuesday morning, Klein entered the security company and knocked on the door to the captain's office as usual. And Dunn immediately went, "What the fuck do you want?" You know how society is shaped by many concurrent memes and ideas? The sea of collective subconscious is like the aggregation. Oh, sound. That's such a good way to put it, dude. That's so clever. Oh my god, that makes so much sense. Holy shit. Okay. Right, because, okay, yeah, okay. Sri Lankan conservative, I'm sure, is very different from American conservative Canadian. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I don't know any Sri Lankan politics, anything at all, so I don't know so I don't have any opinions or anything. But, like, even just between the US and Canada, like, a conservative is so different. Like, our conservatives here look at MAGA in the States and go, those people are fucking weird. So... Although, in fairness, American conservatives from, like, I can't say 10 years ago, but, like, 15 years ago would look at MAGA and go, those people are fucking weird, huh? Please, come in, Dunn said with a mellow and pleasant voice. I also don't know any Sri Lankan politics. Klein turned his doorknob and pushed open the door to see the captain having his breakfast. And in his right hand was a cup of coffee emitting a rich aroma. On the plate in front of him, there was a white bread toast and bacon. If I was only on my laptop, I could send Isaac thirst traps. Sad times indeed. Depending on country, yeah, for sure. By the way, do you guys know... Okay, hot take coming up, okay? Do you guys know who is to blame for Trump? There's one answer. There's one person who's responsible for Trump being the president. One. I'll answer in a second, okay? He's also Indian. Two lies I'm sensing, Eredice. Two lies there in that sentence. Klein turned the doorknob and pushed the door open to see the captain. No budge about that. Dunn placed the remaining sandwich toast with butter into his mouth and ate it. Bro, just say he ate it. What is this? And he silently pointed to the chair opposite his desk. Klein didn't disturb his captain from enjoying breakfast. That person is me. Orewa dio. One is a truth, one is a lie. For fuck's sakes, piss off. Wait, it's a Power Toys had a fucking update? I downloaded it 3 hours ago. What the fuck do you mean? The person is actually fucking Obama. Fucking Barack Obama. It was this exact moment that fucked everyone because of this fucker's ego.
As perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point. At real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump. At least I will go down as a president.
This motherfucker, just because of his ego, he fucked all of us. Okay? God, this little shit. If he just kept his ego in check, we would have been fine. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, well, at least you heard it. Oh my fucking God, I forget. You guys can't see it. I fucking hate this place. And then, sorry, for the joke that Milos was telling. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, but this one you guys have to see. So hold on, I'm gonna take the fucking shit down. Okay, I'm taking those down for a second. You ready?
When you were making out with your first girlfriend, and you came right as she touched your leg, it was me, Barry. I jerked you off at super speed so it seemed like you nutted at just a woman's touch.
No, that's too good. That's too good, dude. I can't. Oh, that's so good. Oh, God. This is my favorite meme of all time. Dude, Reverse Flash tells all of us, okay, that you are not hating to your full potential. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you tripped the guy you hate before he went to talk to his crush, okay? It's not enough. You can do more. Dunn saw that he was in no hurry, so he relaxed back into his chair, picked up his coffee to sip, and swallowed the food in his mouth. He took a napkin, wiped the corners of his lips, and said, "What's the matter?" "I killed old Neil's wife." It was me, Barry. I shot Klein Moretti in the head and brought you into this world. I'm like, okay, what the fuck, dude? Yes. Klein nodded seriously and said, "I met Daxter, the doctor from the Asylum, and also a member of the Psychology Alchemists." As he spoke, he caught a glimpse of the magazine that was spread open in front of the captain. "Did he provide any news?" Dunn asked. Klein simply described, "He told me that Hood Yugen went insane. There was someone who visited him quite often. That person's name was Lanavis." Lanavis? I seem to have heard it before. "He's the cheat who swindled at least 10,000 pounds. Dunn thought for a while with a serious look on his face. He then shook his head to show he had no memory of it. "Captain, you're not sensitive at all when it comes to money," Klein lampooned. He then told him the story about Lanavis and the highlights. The cheat falsely claimed that he had prospected and purchased an iron mine with rich deposits of iron. He raised funds from private individuals in Tingen and swindled more than 10,000 pounds. Someone I know from the divination club suffered a loss from this. In addition, a young woman was swindled into an engagement and is now pregnant with his child. He visited Hood Yugen multiple times before he went insane," Klein said in thought. "A sequence 8 Beyonder? Swindler? The Marauder pathway." Wait, is this in thing? Is this in the notes? Swindler. I've heard the name before. I just don't know if I knew which pathway it was in. And if I did, I wonder if I wrote it down. No, I don't. 8 Swindler. Dude, to go from a Marauder to a Swindler is such a huge upgrade. I don't know what powers it gives or anything, but just thinking of the names, a Marauder, God, you're fucking scum of the earth. A Swindler? Well, now you're a sophisticated thief. Like, in Red Dead 2 terms, you go from John to Arthur. Like, you know. Captain, your memory's actually good when it comes to this kind of thing. Klein found it funny as he reflected over it. He said faintly, "That was my guess as well." Because the steelwork company that Lanavis set up in the south and the victims were of several beliefs, the case wasn't passed to us in the end. From a street thug to a crypto dealer. Let's go. Hey, listen. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. Hold on. We're going back to... Or no, that's not it. We're going back to paint. No. Don't save. That is the Andrew Tate method, okay? He started pimping. That's what he started. And then he moved on to crypto. Let's go. From a cartel member to an oil baron. Alpha podcasts. Yes, someone else gets it. Let's go. You see, Andrew Tate went from pimping, which is assault and threats, to telling you you're poor. Let's go. Poor. Yeah, get your money up. That spells poop. Poor. Get your money up, loser. You gotta buy this Daddy Trump coin or you're always gonna be poor. Let's go. God. Why the fuck do you people watch me? What is this? Okay. Even if there was evidence of Beyonder involvement in the case, it would have been passed over to the punishers. And then human trafficking. I became rich by selling courses on how to become rich. Send me Bitcoin, guys. I swear I'll double it. Do you guys remember that fucking Twitter thing where like a bunch of famous people's Twitter, like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, bunch of Jeff Bezos or whatever the fuck, got taken over, and then they sent, and then it sent like messages that said like, oh, here's my crypto address. I'm feeling generous today, so send me Bitcoin and I'll double it. And I was like, bro, stop. So many people lost money. How are you this stupid? Like, boomers have never been scammed in a video game as a child, and it shows, okay? Only time I got profit from crypto is the Trump coin. Stop. No, okay. Don't take this as financial advice by any stretch of the imagination, but like, I made a decent amount of money on crypto when, no, I'm not gonna say a while back, but like 2021, I think, Dogecoin. I bought it at like 7 cents and I sold it at like 30, 35, like 5x. It was great. But again, it's fucking stupid. Don't do that. You're just going to lose money. Dunn finally understood the ins and outs of the story. He looked at Klein and said, what do you want to do? Captain, can you please not be so sensitive? I want to talk to Hood Yugen via mediumship ritual and figure out why Lanovis came looking for him. Oh, I can't remember the number, but it was like... So the collective losses were $2 billion. 810,000 people. And again, remember, unlike the stock market, coins or crypto is a zero-sum game. If you lost money, someone else directly made the money. And if someone made money, someone else lost money. So that 2 billion that 810,000 people lost, how many people do you think got it? 5? 10? Like, it's not many. Milosh, I would of course be straight. Listen, we all have some friends who are never going to get laid, okay? So, if you have to take one for the homies, you take one for the homies, okay? It is what it is. And Dunn nodded slightly and said, even if you hadn't applied to do that, I would have had a similar experiment done when we were certain that Hood Yugen went crazy. However, Daly told me that it's quite risky. Are you confident? I can apply for assistance from the Backland Diocese. It shouldn't be a problem to delay it for a few days. Klein's main motivation to become a Beyonder was to study mysticism and find a way home. It was as if it was a chance for practical exercise, and he was confident enough. He was naturally unwilling to give it up. Captain, I've mastered knowledge on that subject. No, sound. Just one. But then you have to remember, I'm a girl now, which means I can tell other girls that my friends are great people, and then open the door for them. So, just the one. Although now that I think about it, I don't even need to do that one, I guess. No, 0. No, I'm gay now. Hold on. Change my mind. Thank you, sound. You made me logic my way out of it. Thank you. Captain, I've mastered knowledge on the subject. I'm confident about this. Of course, I'll need certain ingredients such as manta extract, eye of the spirit medicine, and sedative agent. Milos, no! Stop! No! You can't do this to me! Hold on. It's meme time! You ready?
With entrenched management.
The deal is off if you come with it. The board expects your resignation in 30 days.
But you
You
can't
can't do this to me. I started this company. You know how much I sacrificed? Sorry, I started yelling in all of your ears, but it just felt right. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, wait. What did you put in chat, bro? Ramiro, no. Ramiro. No. Ramiro, delete it. Ramiro, no, you can't do this. Please. Guys. Alright, you know what? If that's what it takes, put it all over TikTok. Make it go viral. Fuck it, if that's what it takes. We do what we must now. Hey, I already said I would sell my soul for those supplement commercials. So fuck it, whatever it costs at this point. God. Wait. Sedative agent. Dunn ruminated over the name and confirmed client's professionalism. He remember Daly mentioned that it was a liquid medicine that was rarely used yet very efficient in mediumship. Dunn Smith pondered for nearly 20 seconds and leaned back into his chair. He said, "Go ahead and fill out a request form. Then collect what you need from China's Gate. I'm not sure if there are any finished goods. If there aren't any, pick up the ingredients you need and concoct the medicine accordingly." I made a Discord chat just for that? For what? Wait, what? Interesting. Clips? No! No! Oh, God. Capitalist slave winner mindset. Yeah, Yark, grind set, okay? You have to remember. If you're not... Oh, wait. There's an actual clip for this. Hold on. Sorry, we're going to do another clip. Oh, hold on. There's an actual clip for this. Hold on. I can't believe there's a clip for this. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of these. I think it was like this.
All the hours they were awake for their entire lives. I think, like, if they can do it, so can I.
Alex Hormozy just says, like, oh, well, you know, like, slaves who were working under threat of death, like, worked their entire life. So, like, of course I can do it too. Like, bro, you doing your fucking gym, business bullshit, and someone being threatened with their life to work until their fucking bones fell off. Not the same thing. Oh my fucking god. All right, Klein replied happily. He didn't get up but sat firmly in his chair. Dunn massaged his temples and thought carefully. It happens to be my turn to monitor the asylum this evening. We can't visit Hood-Yugen directly. No one knows if there are members of the psychology alchemists disguised as doctors, nurses, janitors, or patients. No one knows if the psychology alchemists are monitoring Hood-Yugen either. I'm going to assume that's supposed to be Yugen, not organ. That's easy to say, Erdis, but trust me, you wouldn't. I don't know why I say trust me like I've been tortured. I don't know what I'm basing that off of, but I mean, the fact that people didn't tells me that it's probably not a great strategy. Yes, we'll go at dawn by sneaking in secretly. Yes, I'll keep guard while you perform the ritual to prevent any accidents from happening. That'd be best. If Hood-Yugen is just pretending to be crazy, I'll use a mediumship ritual on him. It would be like I barged into the zoo and danced before a tiger. Klein relaxed and said, "Yes, Captain." He stood up and walked towards the door. Just then, the corner of his eyes noticed the title of the magazine article the captain was reading. Donningsman tree sap in the southern continent's rainforest has a significant effect on boosting hair growth. Why? Why? Klein retracted his gaze, opened the door, and exited the captain's office. Wait, Romero. Hold on. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. You know why you're being censored, right? No. Like, you know why you're being censored, right? Suddenly, there was a playful thought that flashed through his mind. Actually, a Beyonder doesn't need to go through such trouble. If old Neil was still around, he could design a ritualistic magic for hair growth, for hair regrowth. Then we would pray to the goddess's assistance, bro. Whether one would be covered with hair and become a curly-haired baboon, that's another story. What would the goddess's response be? If it were me, I would definitely curse the motherfucker. That thought suddenly tainted Klein's happiness with sadness. There was also a hint of hilarity in the sadness. Old Neil. Dude, do you understand? If I was in this world, I would become a Beyonder. I don't know how. I would become a Beyonder somehow. And then there would be one thing I would do, okay? Okay. All right, Milos. Thanks for popping by, but I appreciate it. You have a good rest of your day? Day, I think. No, night. Night. I think night. No, no, there'd be one thing, and that one thing would be, oh, Evernight Goddess, it more eternal than eternity, blobbity, blobbity, whatever the fuck her titles are. Let me hit on 37 this time. Fucking 37 black, let's go! Let it ride! That's it, nothing else, okay? Hold on. He entered the clerk's office and sat before the typewriter and finished his typing his application. After Dunsmith stamped and signed the application, he took it down to the basement and walked along the tunnel that was lit up with gas lamps towards Chanis Gate. I'd beg to every god to fix every tiny inconvenience and gamble, mainly gamble. Must feel my... Dude. Okay, if the goddess... No, sorry. If your god, whichever god you pray to, okay, cannot help you get that 7-leg parlay, are they even worth praying to? Here's the question, okay? Have y'all never just like prayed to God and be like, all right, Lord, all I need is for LeBron to get 46 points. No more, no less. 46 exactly. And then they still lose the game, okay? And on top of that, I need there to be a streaker. if you like, you never did that. Come on. If your God isn't help you doing all that, I don't know. Like maybe it's time to switch churches. You know what's up? I'd sell my soul if I'm getting to help or try to. Okay, Eridus. Okay. Only at that moment did Klein realize something. It would be the first time he was going beyond the mysterious gate. I wonder what it looks like. He quickened his pace with anticipation and came before the twin doors of the black gate. But he'll give me a casino for sure. Okay, listen, Yark. If you're not actually kidding me, and he would do that, then whatever your god is, I'm on your god's side. Okay, the true creator provides. Pray to him. He first passed his request to Seekatron, who was on duty for registration purposes. Then Klein took back the document, now that it had her signature as well. He knocked on Chaina's gate and sensed how empty and distant the echo was. He didn't hear any footsteps, but within half a minute, the gate with 7 dark sacred emblems opened with a creak. Oh, God. Chaina's gate opened up to allow a single person's passage before coming to a stop. Klein then walked in with the help of the gas lamps on both sides of the corridor. Someone strip Ramiro of his powers, please. That's all I'm going to say, okay? That's all I'm going to say. When he comes, I will praise him. Sounds good. All right. Behind the gate, there was an elderly man with obvious wrinkles and thinning hair. He was wearing a classic black robe and holding a barn lantern. The dim candlelight shone through the glass, illuminating the elderly man's expressionless face, which was a mixture of light and darkness. His light blue eyes were like ice that had been frozen for 1,000 years. "Document," he said in a husky voice. Klein had seen the elderly man before because at dusk every day he would come out from behind Chaina's gate with his partners. They would pass the duty room and take the hallway down leading to St. Selena Cathedral. They were Nighthawks who had aged and volunteered to keep guard inside. According to Klein's understanding, there were 5 of them who were keeping watch. "This is my application." He passed the document to the elderly man. "Can one day everyone except Ramiro be mod and then we get to bully him?" We will figure out something. I don't know. I can't let everyone be mod because I'm sure my shit would be on fire really quickly. But we'll figure something out. Maybe one day, maybe whenever we figure out like whoever he hates most, like, yeah, I read it before you deleted it. Sorry, bud. Okay. Maybe one day, whenever I figure out whoever Ramiro hates most, I take away his mod for one stream and give it to whoever he hates most. And then, I don't know who that is. I've heard the name Abine a couple of times. I don't know who that is. I believe he's popped in stream maybe once, maybe. But I don't believe I've seen him or like know anything about him. Or like whoever that is, and just let him just do whatever. I can become the most hated. I hate everyone equally. Ah, a true socialist. Abby is bootleg Ramiro. The guard with light blue eyes raised the barn lantern and looked at the request carefully. After that, he made sure that there were no mistakes. He moved aside and let Klein pass. Klein passed through Chaina's gate slowly. He had yet to take a good look around when he felt an indescribable chill. It wasn't the cold of winter, but a chill that would make a human spirituality shiver. Klein lifted his gaze and looked afar. He saw candles appearing on the wall of succession, and there were silver candles with carvings on them. The flames gave out a blue luster without any flickerings. The guard closed Chanis Gate, and the surrounding became extremely quiet. There was a broad walkway before Klein, a walkway paved with ancient stone slabs. On both sides of the walkway were stones labeled ingredients, medicine, information, and so on. It feels great, one. Hold on. This is what Ramiro feels like right now. At the end of the walkway, there was a flight of stairs that connected to the lower floors. It extended into the darkness as though it was connected to the abyss. I sent how I feel in Discord. All right, let's check the Discord. Ooh, that's a cool photo. I don't know what manga that is from, but that is cool as fuck. Oh, for fuck's sakes, you guys can't see that again. Hold on. My god, this shit's gonna be annoying as fuck to deal with, but I'll figure it out. That is very cool. Ramiro Mountain Goat for furry persona canon. Don't mountain goats get knocked down by eagles? I don't know, Sound. I will have to check on that and get back to you. My sources have neither confirmed nor denied. I don't know. How do you know that? How is that? That's the most random fact anyone's ever uttered in my fucking presence. What? It should be connected to different sealed locations that have sealed artifacts. I heard that there are a few floors. I wonder which floor contains Saint Selena's ashes. Klein adapted to the brightness behind the gate and suddenly felt that there was something shapeless scraping against his skin. That does happen. Well, it was nice catching the stream, but I need to go to sleep. No worries at all, DSV. Hope you have a good night, buddy. Random facts are fun. Random facts are indeed fun. They were in strips, and every one of them chilled him to the bone. He shivered, and he couldn't help but activate his spirit vision. Then he looked at the entire area behind Chanis Gate. It was filled with black lines. They were swaying lightly, occasionally clustered together, occasionally extended. They were tightly knitted without any gaps. This is the sealing power behind Chanis Gate. He reined in his thoughts and followed the guard. They went through a heavy stone door labeled Medicine Room. Very soon he found the Amantha extract, the Eye of the Spirit medicine, and the sedative agent by following the alphabet labels. He had seen the first two before, but it was his first time seeing the latter. He had seen... Oh, the sedative agent, I see. Oh, fuck, man. He saw blue fluid rippled in the translucent glass bottle, and for some reason, looking at the fluid made him feel as though he had entered a mother's embrace. On the bottle, there was a label. It showed the manufacturing date and the expiration date, which was still some time away. Luckily, it can still be used. Klein took 3 tiny bottles of medicine and walked back to Chanis Gate with the guard keeping him company. He shook off the feeling of coldness that reached the deepest corner of his soul, and the creepy experience of being swept by the black lines. Okay, Ramiro, why you gotta always make it weird, man? What the fuck? With Shannon's gate closed, he couldn't help but look back. He mumbled to himself, staying in there for a long time would affect both body and soul, right? It's no wonder the guards have to volunteer. Around dawn, Klein used a special technique to lock his bedroom. He pushed open the oriel window and jumped down. The 2-story height posed no danger to the present him. He landed steadily without faltering at all. Holy shit, what a guy. The Nighthawk's carriage was already parked opposite, waiting for him. Without any exchange, Klein quickly arrived at the Tingen Asylum in the North Borough. Following the captain's instruction, he took a detour to one of the corners without a street lamp where he saw Dunn Smith. Wait, Yarg, are you an artist? Or do you do art? I don't know. I don't know if you call yourself that. Or if... If the furry con was purged, the world would be without it. And without IT and tech guys. True, I've met a pilot furry before. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Meow. We are on our way from LA to San Francisco. The weather is looking clear. We shouldn't have meow. God, someone's gonna enter stream at that exact moment and go, "What the fuck is happening here?" With money, he felt the need to. I just draw for fun. I'm no artist. Making a fan art for you of you two. Oh, thanks, buddy. I'm gonna eventually need someone to. I don't know. I don't even know where to fucking get it. Maybe someone knows, but like, I want to eventually change my profile pic to something that's like drawn, because the one I have right now is not great. I would like it based off of this, but like in a much more natural manner. To be drawn, I don't know, like if someone knows where I can even go to have that request be like fulfilled, I don't even fucking know where to go. Okay. Let's go in. Dunn nodded faintly. I've made sure that no one's around. Fiverr. Oh, I will check out. I've never been to Fiverr. I know what it is, but I've never been there. I got a finger. The actual fuck is finger. Okay. Okay. As a clown entering an asylum, it reminds me of a famous saying. It's like returning home, he mused to himself. Have it be the guy in the image, but the Lord of the Mysteries type coat. Oh, that'd be really cute. Because my current profile pic is like a anime version of an actual photo of me. So I'd like to retain as much qualities of that as I like. It's like the only good photo I have, because I don't like photos. I hate photos in general. That's why none of my videos have my face on it. I don't like it. Stream, it just felt weird for me to stream without having my face up there, because it felt so boring for you guys to watch. But that would be really cool. Yeah. Yeah. So I got a Fiverr. That's actually not a bad idea. I'll try to see if I can find something tomorrow. Or find someone to do that, rather, tomorrow. Following the captain's instructions to do. He followed Dunn closely. My profile pic is definitely an anime version of me. For real, I'm not lying. Is that not Sakamoto Days? I haven't seen yours in great detail, but I thought it was Sakamoto Days, no? I wonder if some of your furry art is in the fur affinity. What? I don't know what that means. He followed Dunn closely. With the aid of the wall's bumpy surface, they somersaulted into the asylum quickly and agilely with outstanding balance. Dunn turned around and looked. He nodded slightly to give approval. The two of them crouched silently and moved through the hospital's small park and activity square. They then entered the 3-story building of the asylum and arrived at the top floor where Hood Yugen's room was. As Hood Yugen had the possibility of becoming violent now that he had gone insane, he had been assigned to a single room. Luckily, the monitoring Nighthawks hadn't wasted their efforts during the surveillance and made a copy of the room key a long time ago. And just commissioned me for fun. The lock clicked and Dunn entered first. Klein projected his gaze past the figure and saw the person sitting on the bed. Hood Eugen's face was long and skinny, his eye sockets were deeply concave, and his blonde hair was disheveled. He was looking at the metal-barred window, and with his grayish-blue eyes, he was looking at the crimson moon outside. Klein closed the door to his room and chuckled, and as he casually asked, "Why aren't you sleeping?" Dunn was taken aback and suddenly remembered that Klein was now at sequence 8, hence he remained silent and backed off into a corner of the room. Hood Eugen turned his head and looked at Klein. He chuckled foolishly. "I'm waiting for my cake." Alright, well, for real, hate needs to be spread more. Be free to hate on me. What was that whole thing? Make love, not war? Yeah, do that, guys. Do that. Oh, man. Would you rather sit on a cake or a candle? A cake, bro? Why would I sit on a candle? The cake would just squish. Oh, I think I understand the connotation you meant, but, yeah. Why are you like this? I need to take more time to to understand what you guys are saying before before I answer. I answered correctly that time, but in the future I need to take into consideration your questions not be as simple as I imagine them to be. Oh, good lord. Alright, dope. Alright. Alright, what did I say? 187 today? Alright, so 3 more chapters. Wait, fuck, have I only gone through 2 so far? Why are we so... I'm so slow right now. My throat is so fucked. I'm so slow right now. Waiting for cake? That really wasn't the answer I was expecting. Of course, if I was able to anticipate the answer of a mental patient, wouldn't that mean I was almost there myself? The thought flashed through Klein's mind. He maintained his relaxed smile as if he was chatting with a friend. Who's gonna send you cake? Hood Eugen's expression fell instantly. His face long and depressed. No, there's no cake. There's no cake. You stole my cake! He suddenly became shrill as he glared angrily at Klein. Waiting for Klein to speak, he let out a shout and opened his mouth, revealing 2 rows of white teeth. Is he a vampire? Two rows of white teeth. Following which he leapt from the mattress while salivating. He closed in on Klein with 1 step and extended his hand, attempting to grab Klein's shoulder. He wanted to drag Klein towards him and bite him. Suddenly, despite the sudden attack, Klein reacted quickly. Despite appearing a little flustered, he instantly bent the knee and squatted. At the same time, he tilted his body to the side and raised his left arm. His shoulder slammed into Hood Eugen's abdomen, causing Hood's eyes to turn white and drool to drip from his mouth. But Hood Eugen didn't stop moving. He allowed the momentum to carry him down as he opened his arms in an attempt to pull Klein into a bear hug. Klein tilted his body to the side and rolled over. His movements were as smooth as though he had practiced them hundreds of times. He pushed against the ground with his right hand and stood up with a somersault. He decided to go on the offensive and charged forward to restrain the opponent. At that moment, Hood Eugen only stood there, blankly, his eyes losing focus, becoming vacant and lost. Klein froze for a moment. He turned his head towards the corner of the room, only to see Dunn Smith wearing a black windbreaker and matching hat, with his hands clasped together and looking down. The captain dragged Hodyugan into a dream. Upon realizing this, he stopped his subsequent attack and took the opportunity to take out the silver ritual dagger that couldn't harm anyone. He used it to create a wall of spirituality that sealed off the ward. This is the first time, really, that Klein's been in like a physical altercation, I think. And he did pretty good. Well, I mean, other than the clown, but he didn't... There wasn't a real physical altercation because he stayed the fuck away from him because he was going to get his ass beat. Klein then took out 3 candles infused with... Was there anything else? I don't think so. Klein then took out 3 candles. Well, I guess Bieber, but again, with Bieber, he stayed at a distance, so yeah. Klein then took out 3 candles infused with mint and placed them on the window in a triangular formation. 1 candle signified the goddess, the other Mother of Secrets, and the last himself. Soon after, he set up a simple altar and used his spirituality to ignite the candles. Just as he was about to warn the captain, Dunn raised his head and smiled. His dreams are a sea of chaos. There's no way to guide it. Just as he finished his sentence, a luster returned to Hodyugan's eyes. It was no longer vacant. Just then, the insane psychiatrist moved his waist, letting out a comfortable yawn. Klein was momentarily at a loss, so he remained quiet. He picked up a metal bottle containing the Amantha extract. He dripped the transparent liquid extracted from the night vanilla, slumber flower, and chamomile into the flame, representing himself, allowing the serene aroma to spread around the room. Dunn is actually the goat, dude. What a guy. You can't hear about Easy's fanfic? I don't know if I want to hear about Easy's fanfic. Love the dude. I don't know if I don't want to hear any fanfic ever. Hodyugan's nervousness, anger, and relief completely vanished. He languidly sat down again on the edge of the bed and looked out at the crimson moon outside the window in a daze. His eyes once again lost their focus as peace was restored. Klein also felt the peace that came with the night. He set the Amantha extract down and sat beside Hodyugan. He wanted to find something to break down his last line of defense. Only with the removal of the last line of defense could the Eye of Spirit medication be used to make Hodyugan's soul slip into a turbid state. I'm not a professional spirit medium. He had already thought of an idea before coming. He fished out a set of tarot cards from his pocket. The set of cards only had the 22 major arcana, so it was easy to carry around. It was a weapon that Klein had successfully applied for. Because he can just fucking... Each of the cards was lined with metal threads made from pure silver. Each of them was able to kill undead beings. Their patterns were complicated and gorgeous, making Klein feel like they were a collector's item and not used against enemies. Klein cut the deck with one hand and smiled at Yugen. Let's play some card games. Cards? Yugen retracted his gaze from the outside window as he repeated the term in a daze. Klein didn't answer, placing the deck of tarot cards in Hood's palms with a sincerity that couldn't be rejected. Yugen mimicked Klein's actions, trying his hardest to cut the deck with one hand, to some success. The attention of the mental patient was slowly drawn to the hard yet flexible, beautifully textured card in his hands. He flipped over the first card. It was the picture of a man in tattered clothes with his hands tied. He was hanged by his legs with a faint halo on his head. The Hanged Man. Klein nodded in thought. He took the opportunity to grab the Eye of Spirit, dripping the amber liquid into the candle flame, still the one representing himself. The alcoholic fragrance spread forth, inducing an intoxicated feeling to anyone who took a whiff of it. Yugen spaced out bit by bit, his vision losing focus. The deck of tarot cards in his hand fell onto the bed, but he remained sitting upright without slumping over. Klein used cogitation to fight back against the medicine's dreamy effects of turning lightheaded and ethereal. He took out another metal bottle from his pocket and twisted the cap before pouring the blue liquid into his mouth. The sedative agent. The ice-cold liquid flowed down from his throat, down to his gullet, into his stomach. Klein instantly felt unusually awake without any sense of drowsiness. He slowly exhaled and familiarly took out the other oil extracts and herb powders, dripping them onto the 2 candles signifying the goddess. In the faint fog, he took 2 steps back and solemnly murmured in Hermes, "I pray for the power of the dark night. I pray for the power of the mystery. I pray for the goddess's loving grace. I pray that you would let me hit on 37 red. I pray that you would allow me to communicate with the spirituality of the Beyonder beside me, Hood-Yugen." The incantations reverberated around the room, and Klein saw the flame of the candle, now dyed black, spread outward. He didn't avoid them, nor did he guard against them. He allowed the dark night to envelop him. In this unusually lucid state, he felt his spirit leave the protection of his body and enter a space akin to deep space. All around him was boundless silence and darkness. The sky above him was filled with countless indescribable transparent figures. They were also streaks of different colors, lustrous splendor that harbored infinite knowledge. The spiritual world. Klein was no longer a stranger. Just as he had thought, a foggy world appeared before him. It was a world enveloped by the faint tornado of light. Klein knew that it represented Hood-Yugen's spirit that represented his body of heart and mind. Thus he leaned over, digging into the wall that was the tornado. In an instant, he saw the countless specks of light pelting him. He heard the voices of thousands of people discussing something in whispers. These murmurings were very chaotic, and they lacked any sense of logic. Some included praises for the elegance of some lady. Then it turned to a description of the feeling of relief after using the toilet. Some started to weep, then turned into frenzied joy. The insane thoughts latched onto and gnawed at Klein's spirit in a bid to assimilate him, but Klein maintained his lucidity and rationality, quickly flying towards Hood-Yugen's spiritual world. This is a pleasant concert compared to the horrifying murmurs and howls I hear when I enter the world above the grey fog. Klein secretly smiled and made his way towards the tornado. Made his way through the tornado. He saw a groggy, translucent Hood-Yugen. The Sequence 7 psychiatrist maintained the same state he was in the outside world. He looked over in a dazed expression. Sorry, my throat's starting to hurt. Klein stopped before him and asked, "Do you know Lanavis?" "Yes." The lights around him underwent a transformation as if Hood-Yugen was revealing his spiritual sea. Quickly, the intertwining light revealed a bespectacled, average-looking man who wore a sarcastic smile. It was the same Lanavis whom Klein had seen in the arrest warrants. "Why did Lanavis look for you?" He said, "Hood-Yugen is the worst era, but also the best era. As long as you seize the opportunity, we can become the rulers of this world. We can become true immortals. As long as you're willing to help, I'll not only tell you the way to master your potion and avoid losing control, I'll also promise you'll receive godhood qualities in the future. Immortal godhood qualities. You should see the presence behind me. My promise is his promise. In some sense, the psychology alchemists are connected to him. Do not doubt, the psychology alchemists aren't strong enough at the moment. It is unable to provide you with enough help unless you're willing to stay at this level for the rest of your life. To grasp your potion without losing control. Why does this sound like how I entice others with the acting method? Lanavis sure has lofty ambitions. He's only a Sequence 8, yet he's already talking about manipulating godhood qualities. Just what hidden presence is backing him? This guy seems to be plotting something, which isn't solely just to cheat people out of money, or running scams. Or could running scams just be his hobby? Klein had many thoughts as he listened on. When Hood-Yugen stopped talking, he quickly pressed on. Yeah, it takes one to know one. What kind of assistance did Lanavis want you to provide? Hood-Yugen didn't answer immediately. He broke out into laughter. He replied erratically, "Help. Help. I provided help. I made... His words came to an abrupt halt as the blurry soul contorted. The light and darkness of the surrounding, which represented the spiritual sea, quickly turned incorporeal, forming a sinister, scary, dark altar. On top of the altar was a cross. There seemed to be something hanging on the cross, as well as things that appeared indescribable piled at the bottom. The light and darkness alternated, and as the hanging item was about to become clearer, the entire spiritual world shook, as if it was experiencing a magnitude 10 earthquake. Holy shit. Klein had a premonition something dangerous was about to happen. Without thinking, he turned and flew towards the chaotic tornado of thoughts in an attempt to escape. Klein would insta-digest the Swindler potion? Agreed. The Swindler potion, as he started to drink it, would just be like, alright, no, actually, yeah, he would digest it immediately and be like, wait, I didn't get any powers. And be like, dude, you're already a master swindler. What the fuck did you think this was going to make you? It's like in an RPG, if you have like level 100 charisma and then you take a plus 10 charisma item and you put it on armor, it's like, what's it doing? Nothing. Oh, come on. Give me a short chapter for the fucking love of God. No short chapters here, much to my fucking dismay. Holy shit. Countless rays of brilliance drowned Klein as ravings of millions of people filled his ears. However, Klein thought nothing of it. His abilities as a clown told him that the spirit was being engulfed by a black shadow that was rapidly expanding. Gonna have to start investing on hot lemon drinks soon to help sore throat. Yeah, I've just been relying on cold iced coffees to sort of soothe me, but it's much more a temporary thing because it just numbs my throat, right? It doesn't really actually help with the fucking problem. Although I'm sure in time, I'll start actually just getting used to it. Like, there are streamers like fucking XQC or whatever that stream for 5, 6, 7 hours a day. So, I mean, and plus XQC talks like a fucking lunatic too because he talks so fast. So, go meet a throat doctor. I met your mom on Saturday. Why am I like this? The black shadow was a huge cross, and there seemed to be a person hanging upside down on it. XQC just stutters. He isn't reading. Well, yeah, but he's still talking, right? Wait, what sound? What me to? The chaotic tornado of... bro, really can't hold you, Mama. I can't. They're like... Yo Mama jokes are like... they're like 10 funny, which like 10 out of 100, which is not much at all. But they're like 0 effort. So like for your effort for laughs, they're like unbeatable. Because it's 0 effort. Guess she had a busy schedule. Oh, that's so good. So good. So good sound. That's what she said? Yeah. Easiest fanfic description 3 sentences. 3 men, gay, sweet smile, glass. I do not. I don't know what to. I don't know. I read it. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not. I don't even know how to respond. The chaotic tornado of thoughts unleashed its load outwards and turned uniform. Slowly, Hood-Yugen's spiritual world was disintegrated. Klein noticed that he had exceeded his fastest flying speed from his previous trial. His soul had become significantly stronger after he briefly mixed with some of the strength from the mysterious space above the grey fog. Just as the cross shadow was about to engulf him entirely, he dashed out of the blurry world and fell to his body. No, I believe you, Erda. I don't know what to do with that. His familiarity stimulated a descent, and Hood-Yugen's long skinny face and messy blonde hair instantly appeared in the vision, along with 3 candles that were burning at the window ledge. He managed to get out of the mediumship state in time. Oh, good lord. Oh. In that instant, he saw black scales growing one after another on Hood-Yugen's face, the vacant pupils that turned into slits, becoming extremely cool and ruthless. Oh shit, he's gonna lose control. Klein's pupils constricted, and before he could react, he saw a figure in knee-length windbreaker and a silk top hat take 2 huge strides before Hood-Yugen. He then raised his revolver, pushed it against the man's head. Dunn Smith fired 5 bullets consecutively. Hood-Yugen's head suddenly blew up like a watermelon, falling down from the high height. Dunn the fucking goat, dude. Holy shit. The red and white rainstorm splattered across each and every corner of the room. He had to take care of Hood-Yugen before he completely lost control. Klein, who was 50 centimeters away, was covered in blood and dirt. He looked at Dunn in a daze, only having the feeling that the captain was very handsome in that moment. As long as you ignore his memory problem, the captain is very trustworthy, he complimented sincerely from the bottom of his heart. Did an accident happen? Dunn put away his revolver and watched Hood-Yugen, mostly headless body, fall slowly to the floor. Dunn gets the job done as long as he doesn't have to remember anything to do the job. He's got that shit on lock. Yes, that's a bad joke. I did it all the same. Fuck you guys, okay? 5 shots for that too. Yeah, he wasn't taking any fucking chances. Like, I'm putting this bitch down. Just as Klein was about to organize his thoughts, he saw that the body had become a pile of bloody flesh in a few seconds, and the Asylum uniform that covered it appeared to have its most basic structure damaged. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. Okay, I can't help it. Okay, I just made a yo mama joke, okay? You don't expect more from me, okay? I don't have any measurable sense of humor. Hood-Yugen's corpse was left with very few complete items. There were a dozen of scales twinkling with a black shimmer in his heart that had turned crystalline and faint blue. The heart had a magic luster, like a diamond refracting incoming light. It could calm someone down or make them restless. It could create tension or develop chaos, but other than that, there was nothing notable. This item should be controllable. Dunn holstered his revolver, took out a black glove, wore it on his right hand, squatted down to pick up the crystalline heart. A controllable item. According to what the captain said previously, it could be a main ingredient for a formula of a Sequence 7 psychiatrist. But would it lead to the advanced beyonder losing control even more easily? Klein took out his handkerchief to wipe the blood from his face and body. He then picked up his specially made tarot cards and cleaned their surfaces. He looked at the ground and asked curiously, "What kind of item would these black scales be?" My funniest joke today was Milos put in Easy's Discord that he put in a fucking hold on, let me see if I can just pull it up because it was fucking hilarious, or I thought so, and I don't give a shit what you guys say. That was fucking hilarious. It was another Yo Mama joke, by the way, so don't have high hopes, but all the same. Hold on. Milos put in the chat, "Go watch Dark now," and then put this photo, and I was like, "But your mom isn't here to cuddle me. I get scared." Yes, if you're interested, there's a Discord. It's in the description if you're interested. Okay. Hold on. Yes. Having looked at the ground and asked curiously, "What kind of items would these black scales be considered as?" Okay, why do you have to bring down the mood, Eridus? God, that was funny. No, I'm just kidding. These are ingredients that are contaminated with beyond our power. They could be used into... Oh, good lord. They can be made into items that have long-lasting effects. For example, our demon hunting bullets' ability to injure dead spirits or monsters would decrease drastically as soon as they pass the 3-month mark, leaving only a tiny portion of demon hunting characteristics in the remnant material. If the materials used were like the black scales, the effective period would be as long as a year or two, and the effects would be even better. Of course, due to the characteristic, the black scales are obviously not suitable to be made into demon hunting bullets. It's just like the materials we use as supplementary ingredients for the potions. Yes, someone who loses control will really become a monster. Klein sighed. He seized the opportunity while the room was sealed and quickly described the encounter in Yugen's mind. When I was communicating with him, I saw a figure like the true creator in his mind, but it was different than the mainstream ones. It wasn't a chained-bound hanged giant, nor was it the eye behind the shadow curtains. Instead, it was similar to the one you saw in Hannes Vincent's dream. It is done. Done. Dun da da. Yeah. Hey, I'm old in spirit, okay? I'm young in body, but in spirit, I'm like 80, and I always have been. Even my fucking parents tell me, in my spirit, I'm old as fuck. Hannes Vincent was a member of the Aurora Order. As Melissa's friend Celine had peeked at the incantation and completed the magic mirror divination, it led to the Nighthawk's investigation of him. Dunn Smith saw something close to the true creator in his dream, but it was different. But it was a different image than the mainstream image that was widely circulated. My dad said I have no humanity. Good lord. Read Vagabond, you will, by the end, I promise. No, it's on. This is the perfect time. No, Yark, he's telling us something deeply important and personal. We should respect him. No, not the time. God. When Hood Yugen flipped over the tarot card of the Hanged Man, Klein had actually already expected it, but he never thought it would be... And did you learn nothing? Have you watched Vinland Saga? Nah, not deeply important. Oh, okay. But he never thought it would be presented in such a way. Of course, it was only an indirect contact. It wouldn't be comparable to the time he had spied on EBS directly. The worst outcome was just mild injury or mild corruption. The only thing deeply important is Lord of the Mysteries. As you listen to Klein's description, you have read Vinland Saga, and none of them made you go like, man, I should care more about like people? No? He knitted his eyebrows and said with a deep voice, a huge cross, black nails, and a naked man covered in blood hanging upside down. I didn't see it clearly. That's the only reason I'm not injured. I noticed a huge cross and a figure similar to a man being hung upside down, Klein replied tactfully. At that moment, all he cared about was fleeing. No, only Klein made me feel that. Hey, whatever, man. Whichever character gets it done for you, alright? Seemingly in thought, Dunn nodded and said Lanavis's visit to Hood Yugen was related to the true creator, so the Aurora Order is involved. Lanavis tempted Hood Yugen with the acting method and a so-called immortal god, but I don't understand why he said that the worst of the times is and also the best of the times. Perhaps it was just the way he speaks as a swindler? The help Hood Yugen provided involved a sinister and dark altar. I suspected that Lanavis is plotting something terrifying. Then his heart sank as he spoke. Captain, do you remember the letter written to Mr. Z? A letter that the member of the Aurora Order whom I killed carried? He mentioned in the letter that he was waiting for the appropriate opportunity, something about the arrival of the days of end, and he will offer all lambs contingent to the so-called god. Would this be related to Lanavis's plot? Could Lanavis be the Mr. Z from the Aurora Order? Absolute asshole from Medaka box? I don't know what that is. Hold on. What is this? I just searched it up and seems like a lot of fan service. Am I reading this incorrectly? I'm gonna check. The OP guy that is the ultimate loser. I thought you said Madoka Magic and you. Oh my fucking god. I don't think so. Lanavis couldn't be Mr. Z, otherwise he wouldn't be setting up fake steelwork companies to scam people while the Aurora Order was up to something. It would introduce too many variables. If anything went wrong, it would draw attention of the police and us. He would have run away from Tingen and abandoned. He would have to run away from Tingen and abandon his plan. Of course, if he was just insane, it would be perfectly normal for him to act illogically. But it's a parody manga of shonen. Oh, so kind of like Gintama, maybe? But judging from the scam he set up, the calmness and cunningness with which he swept the money doesn't make him look like a lunatic. So I don't think he's Mr. Z from the Aurora Order. Of course, he might be involved in the matter as mentioned in the letter, the one offering all the lambs contingent to the so-called god. Upon saying that, Dunn paused and then paced back and forth and said, the incident might have quite severe repercussions. We have to reinvestigate Lanavis and get some clues. Let's clean up the scene and cover up any evidence. Let everyone know that Hood Yugen died here, but leave no clues as to who killed him. This could be an action by the psychology alchemists or other beyonders that are paying attention. They may know something. Yeah. No, we don't know who killed him. Yeah, his fucking brain is blown off. Romero, certified gooner. I don't know if he's a gooner or not, but let me just... Okay, let me just pull it up. When I pull up my anime list, and wait, what the fuck? You guys have to tell me that the photos weren't up there. What the fuck? Come on. I rely on you guys. Do better. But like, you see You see that image, I'm sorry, makes you think of gooning. I don't know. Like, just makes you think of fan service. I don't know. The anime is trash. Manga is the way to go. But you guys are purists, okay? I have no such qualms, okay? I will happily, like, even, oh, good lord, even, Vinland Saga, which is like such an amazing show that I would happily read the manga. The anime is phenomenal. I'm sure there's stuff that was taken away from the manga that would be better, but fuck, man, it was great. Bro, I'm so sleepy, Light. It's not even funny. Like, I might have to leave it at the end of this chapter. I'm so fucking tired, dude. No, I'm almost there. Wait, hold on. The Lanivus scam is either still in the hands of the police department or transferred to the mandated punishers. We'll join the investigation by saying that we obtained clues while investigating the Aurora Order. Then we'll work together with the punishers and the Hive Mind. We'll concentrate the forces and Tinjin and investigate everything and anyone associated with Lanivus. We can request assistance from the Backland Diocese and the Holy Cathedral if it's needed. After that, Dunn turned his head sideways to look at Klein. Do you have anything to add? Captain, you basically said it all. No. He hurried to use ritualistic magic to remove all traces with the aid of a simple altar that he had yet to clear in order to ensure no one would be able to tell that they were the ones who killed Hood Yugen. Then he put away his ingredients, blew out the candles, removed the wall of spirituality, left the ward in silence when done. They left the asylum by climbing over the walls. Go back and rest. There are many things that can only be done tomorrow. Alright, Klein wasn't a sleepless who only slept 2 or 3 hours a day. He immediately bade farewell to the captain and took the carriage that was waiting nearby to Daffodil Street. He entered the carriage, turned back to take a glance, and he saw the captain standing still in the dark, which even the moonlight couldn't touch. He seemed to be thinking. One more chapter? Yeah, we'll do one more. Fuck it. We're almost at the end of this one. The streets were quiet and void of people before dawn. The carriage tore through the streets, sometimes going straight, sometimes taking turns. Klein was pondering about Lanivus when suddenly he felt as if he was in a trance. What is happening? He saw the color before his eyes become saturated. The reds became redder and the blacks became blacker, like an impressionist oil painting. The surroundings slowed down and the carriage seemed to enter a strange world. Klein grabbed his flaring sun charm and drew his revolver. Just then, a white, bony palm extended from the carriage and threw in a neatly folded letter. Oh, Azek. Then the palm pulled back and vanished. Like the oil painting scene suddenly returned to normal while the carriage was still driving along the road steadily. It's a really well-hidden method. He looked at the letter by the side of his foot as the corner of his lips twitched. Oh, this is a short chapter. Actually, this is fine. Yeah. All right. Give me 2 minutes. I'm just gonna run to the washroom, and then we'll finish the last chapter. Azek's warning. And then tomorrow it's gonna be, and tomorrow is probably just gonna be one stream because I really need to take the afternoon to study. Tomorrow is probably just going to be 188 to 199 because then my head mod Ramiro has decreed that we shall do 200 to 214. So we take his word on that, and then yeah, it'll be a 12 chapter stream tomorrow. This is going to be fucking nightmarish. Fuck me, I'm going to need like 2 coffees, that tea, all of it. Fuck it, I don't know. Alright, I'll be back in a sec. Give me a sec. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Toilet mention. Get medical grade caffeine. Invest in cocaine to get real energy. I agree, Yark. If I'm gonna spend, there's no such thing as medical grade caffeine. It's just a shit ton of regular caffeine, and at that point, it's just safer for your heart and really for your soul to just do coke. Fuck it. All right. One last chapter. Azek's warning. The actions of the messenger shocked Klein for a full 5 seconds before he recovered. He bent over and picked up the letter. Even if Azek is unable to use a good portion of his abilities because of his memory loss, being able to send out such a messenger should make him powerful enough to deal with a sequence 7 or 6. His heart reflected a shock and envious expression. He didn't fold the letter immediately. Instead, he placed it into his pocket along with a slumber charm. Spamming Discord. Alright, now fuck it. The carriage continued forward. When Klein exited the carriage at Daffodil Street, he instinctively looked at the driver, Césaire, only to see a relaxed smile, as if he didn't notice anything unusual at all. Klein nodded and returned home after observing Césaire with a spirit vision. He looked at the balcony and the pipes on the second floor and pondered for a few seconds. He decided to maintain his gentlemanly behavior and not attempt to scale the pipe into his room. As for his stained clothes, he would take them to the security company tomorrow and get a professional to wash them through the police department. That would prevent his clothes from shocking his maid Bella and Melissa. Look in Discord? Alright, give me a second. Spoilers? I want to beat them, even though I'm not cool or strong. Whatever, I want to beat the cool, strong people, even though I wasn't blessed with talent, even though I'm stupid, even and have a bad personality, bad grades, and I'm misguided. I want to beat the talented, overachieving. I want to beat those friends when I can't have those with friends when I can't have friends. I want to beat the people who work hard when I can't work hard. I want to beat the victorious when I can't win. I want to beat the happy when I'm miserable, even if I'm hated, even if I'm despised, even if I'm useless. I want to prove that I'm better than the main characters. This sounds so miserable. What the fuck? That sounds like such a miserable guy. What the fuck? Klein removed the reverse lock on the front door before he leapt out the window from the second floor. Now he took advantage of the fact that it was late at night and quietly opened the door to his house, deftly making his way in. Exactly. I love him? What? He made me who I am. But you don't want to be like him. Be better. Be kind. Be Thorfinn. Be Musashi. I mean, don't kill people, but like, you know, understand the value of people. Understand the value of life. Understand the value of yourself. Oh, my child. I hope the true creator will see it in his eternal whatever the fucks to enlighten you one day. I have no shortage of faith for you, my child. After closing and locking the door, he heaved a sigh of relief. He went to the second floor with hushed footsteps. Stopping before his locked bedroom, he took out a tarot card calmly, inserted it into the slit of the door, and pulled, easily breaking the specialized lock he designed himself. He then entered the room, locked the door, and removed his clothes before he fully relaxed. It sure feels like being a thief. Klein laughed as he shook his head. He calmly took out his revolver and placed it under the pillow. After he was finished with all that, he lit up the gas lamps and sat in front of his desk. He took out the letter and began reading. I'm sorry for only replying now. I've been busy searching for traces of my past. I've been meeting up with former teachers and students and those who drag on late into the night. I finally understand the encounters that I've had over the past 2 days after reading your letter. The police searched every room in the hotel I'm staying. There was a person who secretly snooped in around in the hotel at night. Yes, I'm talking about a person with beyonder powers. So the Rear Admiral, who's a frequent character in novel and newspapers and has infiltrated Backlung, has gone on quite a killing spree. I remember that he's not only wanted by the Lone Kingdom, but also on the bounty list of the Fasak Empire, Entis Republic, and the Feinapotter Kingdom. So how much is his bounty? Klein subconsciously wondered. I find the abilities of a shepherd that you described quite familiar. It's as if I've seen it somewhere, but I cannot remember where. It must be an encounter from one of my past lives. Not being able to recall it makes me very frustrated. Mr. Azek is a little interested in the shepherd. I can use this to get him to help me. Yeah, this is coincidental. No, this is not a coincidence, but inevitable. It would be inferred that Azek has lived for over 1,000 years and is most likely a high sequence beyonder. Then he would have most likely encountered the powers of many beyonders in his lives. He would also have deep impressions of those that were unique. In other words, it isn't only Shepherd that would give him the feeling of such familiarity, but jobs such as the Unshadowed, Demon Hunter, or Guardian would probably do so as well. It's highly likely that Azek would find any mystical item that corresponds to a particular sequence ability familiar and pique his interest. That's something that can be imagined. Klein was doubtful at first before being enlightened. He was a lot more certain as a result. I've long recalled some parts of the sacrificial ritual you mentioned, probably because I have a deep impression of them. Perhaps I was a priest in one of my more recent lives. I have to remind you and warn you that you have to be very cautious when using sacrificial rituals. You cannot entrust your safety to evil gods or hidden existences. They don't have conscience like we do. Also, you have to possess a strong sense of right and wrong, for the evil gods and devils often create seemingly harmless identities for themselves. Kumagawa is the ultimate real underdog? Well, did they say like 1,300 or some shit? I don't know. Go with like 13. Let's call it 1,500 to have a round number. Fuck them. My opinion is that you cannot sacrifice something whose presence you are not. You cannot sacrifice something as, or I'm guessing it's something. I'm guessing what it's meant to say is my opinion is that you cannot sacrifice something to someone whose presence you're not fully aware of. Otherwise, your soul could end up being the item. Or it could end up being the sacrifice. In simple terms, evil gods and devils will take on another form, disguising themselves as someone trustworthy. Just like on the internet, an account that claims to be seemingly adorable chick might be controlled by a huge bloke. He had to be cautious even if he wanted to meet offline after confirming the person's looks, as the person might just be a cross-dresser. Klein didn't disregard Azek's warnings just because he was conducting the sacrificial ritual for himself. After Azek emphasized a few things he had to look out for, he quickly explained the ritual he knew. First, set up the ritual. Choose the symbols based on the deity or existence you're going to offer a sacrifice to. Use the corresponding herbs and minerals of his or her domain. Of course, you can also make them into holy oils, ointments, scents, and other items in advance. Symbols? He realized that the fool didn't belong to this era. He didn't know what his corresponding symbol was. I acted as a girl to get nitro years ago. He thought for a moment, quickly recalling the complex symbol on the back of the chair at the ancient table. It was made up of a pupilless eye, which represented secrecy, and the partial contorted lines, which represented change. That should be my symbol. Oh, fuck, man. That should be my symbol, or more accurately, that is what symbolizes me in the world above the grey fog. My domain is much simpler then. Secrecy, change, good luck, but I can't be too sure of that, so I have to try it out. Even if the symbol is wrong, as long as I get my honorary name right, the target of the sacrifice wouldn't point to some other entity. The worst that could happen is that it would fail. Of that, I'm certain, Klein thought as he rubbed the surface of the paper. Second, you need to be clear if the sacrifice needs to happen at a specific time, then follow the process of a normal ritual until you finish reciting the names and incantations of the ritual. You must remember to use Jotun, Dragonese, Elvish, or Ancient Hermes. You must use the natural powers in these languages to establish a direct connection with the corresponding entity. You can design the exact incantation to use, but it must include critical terms: pray, notice, offer, kingdom, gates, open. Finally, you must use materials that have a certain spirituality quality to them to create a connection with the natural powers of the incantation. This allows you to construct a tunnel that connects to the world of to the gates of the kingdom where the corresponding entity resides. Oh, good lord. This step isn't absolutely necessary. If you can make the corresponding entity very interested in your sacrifice, then he will open the gate to his kingdom for you after you finish reciting the incantations. Establish a stable tunnel on his own accord. Of course, this would simply imply danger, as the orthodox result, as relatively friendly hidden gods rarely do this. Only evil gods would reply to you directly in order to achieve their goals. Materials that have spirituality aren't cheap. I wonder if merely reciting the incantation would allow me to open a sacrificial tunnel similar to the door of opening. I wonder if I can make use of the abilities of the world above the grey fog. Yes, I'll try that first and get only the materials with spirituality from the underground market if I fail. Orthodox gods are lazy? It's probably not that they're lazy, it's probably just that they have so many admirers or like people that pray to them. They can't just open doors for everybody. It's like, holy shit, so much extra work. But if I'm an evil demon or whatever the fuck, I've got like 6 people praying to me if I'm really lucky. So I want to, make sure that connection goes across. Do I need Beyonder ingredients? It should be fine if it possesses a certain amount of spirituality, right? Klein thought of the 300 pounds lying in the anonymous account. He also thought of the 10 plus pounds of savings he had. Beyonder materials were not completely identical to materials that possess spirituality. For example, the heart that Hood Yugen left was a Beyonder ingredient, while the black scales were a material possessing certain amounts of spirituality. After he finished reading Azek's letter, Klein rubbed his fingers together and ignited a flame of spirituality. He burned the paper to ash and threw it in the rubbish bin. Do you ever think Melissa goes to like take out Klein's garbage or some shit, and then goes, "Why the fuck are there so many ashes? What is this motherfucker doing in his room?" It was already deep into the night, and Klein was in no hurry to try the ritual. He first intended to make a plan and go through everything, as he needed to take notes before putting it into practice. He had a vague understanding of his shortcomings long ago. He was cautious and rational when it came to things he made plans for. But once the events deviated from his original plans, he would easily consider only the good and disregard the bad when he was forced to be on his toes. Smoking pot? Well, at that point, Melissa would be mad because he didn't share, the selfish bastard. A simpler description would be that of a rash action of his would simply cause him to court death. Klein extended his palm to cover his face. The next day, Dunn, who had communicated with the Punishers and Hive Mind, started to assign missions. Klein also received an assignment. He was tasked to investigate a number of people who had connections to Lanavis. But because of his suggestion and the policy of the Nighthawks, he didn't have to be responsible for the people he met before. Of course, Klein continued with his combat lessons in the afternoon, nor did Dunn assign him the role of lead investigator. I know, and this motherfucker can't even be bothered to share his weed. Benson provided for all of them while he studied, and he can't even share his weed. Man, talk about having a shitty brother. All my homies hate Klein. That's what I say. He doesn't have the. He has 310 pounds in savings. Okay, he's lying. This bastard. Backland, Hillston Backland, in a building with a horse stable and garden. That's a good point. She'd freak out because he's wasting money. Mysticism pot would go crazy. Dude, regular people, when they smoke pot, get to see the spirit world. This motherfucker can already enter the spirit world, and he smokes weed on top of that. He's going to be talking straight to the eternal blazing sun. He's like, listen, I know you want to set me on fire, but take a puff of the good shit first, and then you'll see, okay? Everything's chill, man. We're good. You and me, we're just two peas in a pod. We're chilling. Can't afford the munchies. The rear admiral, who had a unique wide chin. Yay, it's time for the fucking joke again. He had a unique wide chin. Remind you of someone? What, you thought I was done with that joke, were you? Not around here. What? You think you're a threatening man, Admiral? Not when you have balls on your chin, bitch. And dark green eyes looked at the unconscious man before him. He took off the man's clothes and wore them. He then leisurely walked out in front of the dressing mirror and saw the black glove on his left hand twitch. He saw many contorted lines appearing on its back. A few seconds later, the Admiral saw a thin veil of light envelop his figure. His muscles, skin, and bones began undergoing a strange transformation. Sometime later, he transformed into the unconscious man, complete identical in height, appearance, and demeanor. The sea of subconscious smelling like weed. The eternal blazing gun, the eternal blazing Zam might have to spare him. He's like, listen, you peered into my soul, and the rule is one must not look at God. But it does not say one does not smoke Zaza with the God. So really, you did okay. We're fine. But you ever come back again, I'm gonna need something stronger than Zaza, okay? You understand? One-time thing. One-time pass. Alright, I didn't plan to look at the fucking artwork channel because my throat's killing me, but Milo should be really mad, so fuck it. We ball. Testicle boy from the well-known anime One Punch Man. Let's go. Okay. One-time pass gets you. That's such a cute that's such a cute art. I don't know who drew this, but like that's super talented. That's so cute. I just need one of my ladies smoking now, and that one's gonna be on here forever. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I just need one of my lady smoking, and then that's gonna be on stream forever. Okay, that's never going away. If someone can find me one in this rough ratio where Forza smoking, this is it. It's it. It's on there forever. Okay. This is cute, but Azek doing the shush, mogging me, I am not a huge fan of. So you know, we're gonna leave that. This is really cool. This might have to be the new background if I decide to have one at all. Oh, maybe I'll do it in a second. What I was thinking. I'll show you guys what I was thinking. We have drunk forest pics. Does that count? Maybe. Obviously have this one. It's on the background. Okay, okay, chibi, interesting. Can I? Jesus Christ! I can't show this on stream. What are you guys doing to me? For a size comparison? To what, bro? What am I comparing to? Good shit, Ramiro. Good shit. I think that artist ships Azek with Klein. I will say, Azek looks... Listen, man. Azek looks way hotter than Klein here. Holy shit. Again, the fact that he's mogging me, I'm not a huge fan of. But, like, that's a handsome gentleman right there. Holy shit. Actually divine. All right, we're gonna leave it there. It'll be a 12 chapter stream tomorrow. Fuck, man, I'm not looking forward to that. My throat's gonna be killing me. And then no stream for 3 days. For I stream. Oh well, fuck sakes! I stream. Well, I guess 2 streams today because it's Friday now. Fuck off. Okay. So no stream Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday we did that long stream to fucking finish volume 1. And then regular streams back to normal. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I'm gonna take Saturday, Sunday off. I'm gonna take the weekend off. Okay. Feel like I've been doing Lord of the Mysteries now for 4 weeks, and I've had such a hard schedule for 4 weeks. Fuck me. So I'm gonna take next weekend off. Okay, just celebrate 1, my birthday, and 2, graduating. So that'll be good. Tuesday stream is that time you sent, right? Yes, it'll be like 1:30. Yeah, it might be like maybe half an hour later, but like somewhere in that area. Yeah. Not any earlier, maybe a little later. That's it. Yeah, that's it, boys. All right. Once again, thank you everyone for a fantastic stream. I don't think we have anything else for tonight. I will see you guys at like 10 hours, 11 hours. I don't know, something like that. I'll let you guys know, as always. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, and I hope to see you again later.